What's up, you guys? Wow, I have not done this in so long. I feel like it's been 3 months, 4 months since I've gone live. Please let me know if you guys can hear me. It looks a little laggy. Just a little bit. Oh, there we go. What's up? What's up? Hey, you guys. Hi, can you guys hear me okay? Everything's rolling good. Hi, King. You've been rolling with me from the start. Hey, Josh. Hello. Whoa, how's it going? Road to prison, what's up, bro? Hi, Danny. Hey, every other person that is not a mod that I didn't say hi to. I have not gone live in a really long time. I'm trying to read the chat, so if I'm not looking at you, I'm looking at you. It just doesn't look like I'm looking at you, and that makes sense if you don't think about it too hard. Hi. Yeah, I haven't live streamed for months. I think the last live stream that you guys saw, I was like surrounded by state troopers or something. Hey, from Arkansas. What part of Arkansas do you live in? I probably won't see your reply because it's going really fast. Damn, already at 123K. You guys showed up. Oh my gosh, like 123K? What? I honestly never thought my channel would get 10K. You know what I mean? And then when we passed 10K, I was like, dang, like that happened fast. And yeah, now we're at 123K and I'm like so grateful and it feels so surreal. You know what I mean? I got this hoodie from Target. It says boo on the thing. How cute, right? But I thought I would just hang out with you guys. Ask me stuff. Ask me questions. Don't make it weird. Just kidding, you can make it weird. Oh crap. Hold on. Let me get a mouse. Let me try to scroll back up. Oh no. Oh, can I slow down the chat, Danny? Pff, girl, I don't know. $1.99 from Sarah. Hey, from Scotland. Thank you so much, Sarah, for the super chat. Let me try to slow it down. Nope. No promises. I'm not going to make a promise here. Let's try. I always tell other people to do it, and then it doesn't do it. Are there cults in prison? Cults in jail? I've seen some weird people in jail. I don't know if they would consider, I don't know if what I'm thinking of would be considered a cult, so I'm not really sure. Witchcraft. What do you consider witchcraft? Because some people consider making meth witchcraft. Are we frozen? Did we freeze? So if you consider like tarot cards witchcraft, would that be considered witchcraft? I don't know what I did. Maybe we froze. Did we freeze? I clicked something to try to slow down the chat, and I don't know what happened. Let me just click on myself and see. Oh, maybe we're good. Okay, so for some reason the chat is not going. Like it just stopped completely. No, I can't see your comments now. What? Let me try to do that again. Oh, that's gonna make me crazy. Oh, no. Yeah, so the comments just stopped on the computer completely. Like no comments at all. So I'll have to read it on my phone. Oh, that's ridiculous. $9.99 from Kelly. Thank you so much, dude. These little emojis, stop. That's so cute. It's like a dancing pear or something. Thank you so much. So yeah, I'm gonna have to read the comments from my phone because the comments are just completely not working. For those of you wondering, I am at Reese's office. Oh, that's frustrating. I like reading them on the computer because it's like I'm looking at you. Whatever. We'll just roll through it. Shit happens, right? if I refresh, it'll shut down like if I leave here, I don't know. I don't want to mess with it and then mess it up. You know what I mean? So there was a question that I wanted to answer. Tarot isn't necessarily witchcraft, but some practice. Yeah, Olivia, a lot of people would read tarot cards. It's me. I'm a lot of people. No, but you could learn how to read tarot cards with just a regular deck of cards. I think it's a scam, but like, I thought it was kind of fun. I did that in my youth. $4.99 from Sarah. Can y'all see? Y'all can probably see it. I can see it. It's like a working out pair. How do they come up with that stuff? 20 Nook from Simon with this little cat thingy. I'm like 10. I'm like, oh, it's a cat that dances. What? Oh, that makes me so mad that I can't see that it's not on my computer. Oh, it's gonna bug me. Oh, I'll stop showing you then, since you guys can see it. Hey, Melissa. How's that channel going, girl? How's that channel going? Prison wife, inside and out. 99 cents from Alyssa. Thank you so much, girl. I did see a comment asking if I overdosed. I don't know who asked that or where that comment went. I have overdosed, and that was like literally the most painful experience of my life. And you would think like that would have woken myself up, like, oh, why are you using drugs? Oh my God. But they used Narcan on me, and I remember just being so mad, and I don't know. I was so out of my mind, but I was very, very upset, very mad. I was mad there were strangers in my face. It was really traumatic for me. And I went out and used for another year, maybe 2. Like, addiction does not care. $4.99 from, I don't want to mess up your name, girl. Oh, you're so pretty too, your picture. Lee Marin? No. I'll just call you Lee. Can I just call you Lee? Thank you so much. And $2 from Chocolate. Thank you. I have not seen Orange is the New Black. I get that question all the time, Joe. So yeah, people ask me that all the time. I've seen like the first season of Orange is the New Black. Y'all like didn't even tell me that my hair was like crazy. You're just so used to my hair looking like shit that no one told me. So yeah, I haven't seen like every season of Orange is the New Black. I did see like the first season, and just to keep it real, like prison movies and prison shows are not that realistic. Like if it's like scripted show, it's not that realistic. If it's like Lockup, then people kind of show out when there's cameras, you know what I mean? So I feel like Lockup is like you can kind of see what's going on, but when there's cameras, like people are yelling, hollering, acting crazy, and they're flexing, like they're showing out. So prison's like boring. You know what I mean? It can pop off like at any time, pops off all the time, but it's not like constantly like high energy like that, like you'll see on Lockup, just in my personal experience. $1.49 from Sam. Thank you so much, girl. Oh my gosh, these pairs, like y'all are killing me. This is so funny. Thank you for the £3. Is that what that is, Linda? Thank you so much. Yeah, Jessica said, I don't think any of those shows are a good comparison. Yeah, I mean, they'll get some stuff right here and there. You know what I mean? Like that intake, squat and cough thing that happens in Orange is the New Black. They'll get that semi right, but it's usually like raw, like they're in your face. Not really in your face, you know what I mean? But they're like yelling at you. It's a lot more aggressive. Oh, guys, hopefully I can keep up with this. $10 from Jennifer. I'm so inspired. Before I read that, hold on. Did you know I get called Jennifer all the time? Like I've responded to so many emails like, oh, Jennifer, I just need your advice. And I never correct anyone. Like I just let people call me Jennifer. Okay. I'm so inspired to stay clean on a regular. Just watching your stuff. Oh, so proud of you and others that make it on the outside. It is absolutely possible to get and stay sober. It's tough. It's a journey. It's a lifelong battle, but every single person going through addiction is a freaking warrior. So just keep fighting. Carissa, Dog99 with a cute little pair. Have you seen Jailbirds? Y'all, I cannot make it through any kind of show. I haven't even finished watching Shameless. Speaking of Shameless, this is completely irrelevant, but to take CG Kid and let him see the Shameless house, he was so cute, you guys. Like, do you guys watch CG Kid? Seriously, he was just like, can we go? Can we go? And I'm like, yeah, I mean, it's like someone's house and like it's weird, but like I'll take you, tourist. So he was just so freaking cute seeing the Shameless house, and I'm glad that I could take him. Millie said, have you seen The Joker? Girl, I have seen The Joker. And the whole time I was watching it, I took Reese on a date night. I feel like men need to be spoiled too. Spoil your man, y'all. Like, men deserve dates. Men deserve presents and gifts, and they deserve the same affection. Anyway, I took him on a date to see The Joker, and the whole time I'm sitting there, I'm like, do I like this? I mean, Joaquin's doing a bomb-ass job, but like, do I like this? It was dark. It was strange. I just don't know if like I needed that in my life. You know what I mean? I'm going to try to fix this live chat one more time. What does that mean? What does toggle timestamp mean? Nope. Can't fix it. I tried for like 3 seconds and gave up. Been watching G-Man. Seems like a good dude. Yeah, he's a cop, but he's a good dude. Just kidding. I have nothing against cops. G-Man and I just talk crap to each other. I'm going to try to move my thing a little bit. Come on, little guy. Yeah, I'm more on the screen, right? Let's see. Probably not. I just need to stop messing with stuff and hang out with you guys. What was your reaction when you realized people were this interested in your journey? Blinks Central. I knew that people would be interested because it would come up a lot in conversation naturally with Reese's family or coworkers. People were just intrigued in my life in general. So I knew that people would want to hear my story. I knew I had a story worth sharing. I just didn't know on what platform I would share it or how that would manifest. So to see that to see how far YouTube has come in such a short time, has been like so surreal. But I did know that I was always going to share my story. And I actually was sharing my story before my YouTube channel in a prison reentry class. I was already making videos for that. So yeah, like I knew this was going to happen. I just didn't know it would happen on YouTube. Michelle said I was very uncomfortable the whole time watching it. Right? Like it was just like, it was kind of cringy, and I understand like that's what they had to go for. Like Joker has problems and mental health issues, and like they had to go through that journey. It was just like, wow. Don't you get depressed because you always remember your prison and bad memories while filming videos? I actually don't. I don't get depressed talking about prison. I don't get depressed sharing my journey. I actually get, what's the right wording for that? I genuinely enjoy sharing my story because I know it'll bring others hope. And if my journey is bringing other people hope, then that's not depressing. So I don't mind talking about it. Danny, I will text you. Yes, Hooper's okay. He's doing good. He's still working. Yeah, he's okay though. Have you seen the guy that started his own clothing line in prison? No. Can I get a link? Can you like DM me a link? I would love to see that. How is your tattoo healing? Any plans for more tattoos? Faith, girl, you must be a mind reader, girl. Okay, so this one healed beautifully. I absolutely love it. Like, it is literally me. And on Wednesday, we're doing this part of my arm. So, of course, I will record that for you guys and take you guys with me. It is so dope. It is so me. It's so like, either you're going to love this tattoo or you're going to hate this tattoo. I feel like it's going to be a mixed bag. It's very it's very in your face. So I don't know how y'all are going to respond to it. You know what I mean? I feel like it's me. So stay tuned for that. I have an appointment on Wednesday with an amazing artist. Like, he's so dope. Okay, so thank you so much, Sam, for the $2. What are you being for Halloween? It's a secret because I don't even know. No idea. Follow me on Instagram to see everything. As far as Randy, let's do a Randy update because I have seen a lot of you guys asking about Randy. I don't want to say this and be wrong, so I could totally be wrong. But I think Randy is in SEG, which he's in a county jail, so he's locked down. I think he's locked down because he never goes as long without calling me, so he might have gotten written up for something, but he is okay when he's in jail. I mean, I just worry less about him when he's in jail. I feel like he takes time to really think about what he wants to do and read books, and if there's one thing Randy can do, it's time. He can do time. He's been doing time since time began, so he really is okay. I know that he's okay. I just have not spoke to him in about 2-3 weeks now. So yeah, but I'm pretty sure he's okay. As far as Jason, let's do a Jason update really quick, and then I'll get to that super chat, Sherry. 1 second. Jason called me yesterday. He calls and emails constantly, and that's why if Jason doesn't call or email, something is wrong. But yeah, he calls and emails me every day. Jason said, "You know your subscribers are writing me," and I'm like, "Well, yeah, you said they could." He's like, "No, I know, but like I didn't think anyone would actually write me." So he is getting a lot of letters from you guys, and reading your story kind of helps him feel less alone. And when he said that to me, I was like, "Ugh, don't cry." So yeah, he writes back whoever wants to get a letter back. And that's really cool. It's really cool that you guys write him and send words of encouragement and support to either one of them. That's amazing. Sherry Wang, I'm new here, but you inspire me so much to be strong. I just got my dream job. I watched you for encouragement throughout my interview, and I think you gave me good luck. Thank you. You're amazing. Congratulations on getting your dream job, girl. That is so boss babe. So happy for you. Randy's my ex-boyfriend for everyone that is new, and Jason is my best friend. Zara Key sent something from some country, and I don't know what that is, but thank you so much. She said, "You helped me so much with other addictions." Thank you guys so much for getting the trolls. Like, my mods will get ya. Thank you guys so much. Randy might be in SEG because he hasn't called in almost 3 weeks. That's not like him. So maybe. Oh, it's Swedish money. Oh, that's so cool. That is so cool. Okay, so we need more likes, y'all. We got 400 people in the chat and only 81 likes. Let's get the likes up. My Instagram is, if I'm looking down and that's bothering you, I'm so sorry. It's just because my computer stopped working and I can't read the comments on my computer. I want a tattoo. Do they hurt? Pain is relative. To me, I could fall asleep like every time. So to me, they don't hurt, but I know other people are sensitive to that. So I've seen grown men cry in a tattoo shop when I'm like, really? I've been here for 4 hours. Can you like suck it up? So, I mean, it's just true. So I've seen grown men like crying. I've seen a grown man, very big person, also use numbing cream. And I'm like, dude, what generation is this? Numbing cream? Are you serious? I'm sorry, but like your tattoos don't count if you use numbing cream. Like, that is my completely biased and potentially unfair opinion about tattoos. Wow, it's going fast. I didn't think slowing down the chat would kill the chat on my computer. Now we know. Do you plan on seeing Baby Daddy? Yes, we do. I'm going to take off this hoodie. I'm getting kind of hot. We are going to see Baby Daddy for the first time. So, you know, stress level, Elizabeth James going to see Nick Parker for the first time in 11 years. That's my stress level. Okay. So we are going to see him for the first time. Micah and him do video chat almost every day, and she really likes him. She likes talking to him, and it's going really well thus far. So he is very excited to see her, and it's going good. Going good. Oh, you have to exit the chat to like the video. That's my Instagram. I wish there was a way to slow down the chat on my phone. Like, is this giving anyone else anxiety? Or is that just me? Hi, I'm new here and I just found your channel a few days ago. I was wondering what made you start YouTube and share your story? Sorry if you've already talked about it. I'm catching up. It was on accident, kind of. I was making videos for a prison reentry class. We decided to upload them to YouTube. They can be longer and then they could be downloaded and they could be shared in the class and it would just be better that way. I started doing that and then strangers started watching my videos and then the world is so weird. Like the universe just works this way. The person that was sharing my videos in that prison in Arkansas left and got a different job and my videos could no longer be shared. And then I'm like, oh, well, I kind of like YouTube now. And within probably 3 weeks after uploading to YouTube, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take down the videos of me talking about like prison related topics and reentry and just make videos about my story and my channel and develop a channel. So yeah, and that was almost 1 year ago today. Almost. This time next month will be my 1 year anniversary on YouTube. So that went by fast. Hi from Italy. Ashley is 2 days until 29 months of sobriety. Wow, there's a lot of comments. I love you guys so much. I can't read all of them, but I will after the live stream. I will go back and read your comments. So I do read them, actually way too much. And CG Kid yells at me every single day to not read all the comments. But I like interacting with you guys, so I will read the chat afterwards. So if you wanted to see something to me and I didn't read it out loud, that doesn't mean that I am not going to see it. My year was August 10th. I'm in new territory. Congratulations. Oh, Lord. Hey, guys, only delete messages that, like, I was reading that, bro. Only delete messages that are, like, terrible and, like, really shitty. You know what I mean? Like, they have to be, like, hella inappropriate for me to even take offense. It's very hard to offend me. You know what I mean? So only delete, like, the really, really, really crappy ones. How tall are you? Depends on what store I'm walking out of. Just kidding. I'm, like, 5'4", 5'5". Do you, like, use all the same artists for your pieces? I like to go to the same 3, 4, you know, for my sleeve. So actually, most of this was done in Arkansas. So all of this was done by a guy named Jason in Arkansas. And then this was done by my guy here. This was done in Chicago. And then this was done in Chicago. And we're going to finish the sleeve in Chicago. So I'm very grateful that I found an amazing studio that's like, oh, sure, you can bring in all this YouTube shit and film me and make me do weird things and film me putting my gloves on for B-roll. Like, they're so cool. So I'm very, very lucky. Talented and also very cool. How do you get a wrench? I just like throw you one. I will say that I'm not live often. So my nose is runny. Guys, be easy. There's a cop in the chat. So like, shh, don't, be careful. How's it going, G-Man? Talk crap about cops. He likes it, I promise. Oh, see, look, everyone's going crazy now that you're here, G-Man. You're so famous. I have been to Long Island, yeah. How long did it take you to get a job after prison? Y'all ask me some more questions. Gretchen doesn't know who G-Man is? Girl, you're missing out. It's the cop that just popped up. I actually got a job for like barely any money when I first got out. I think I was out like 2 weeks and I just went to this telemarketing place that like hired everyone. Like everyone on the floor was a felon. That was a good thing because I needed a job. It was just a little difficult because I was on parole, surrounded by people also on parole. So I'd have to get rides with people on parole. And a lot of people would come in smelling like some dank bud. And I'm like, cool, bro. Like I'm on parole, So that was just tough. And I could see how people would kind of fall into that and like smoke weed and then get violated. If you live in California, you can smoke weed on parole. If you live in Arkansas, you can't. So I could just see like people having issues with that. And it's very strange that like felons are always kind of stuck with felons. You know what I mean? Like certain areas won't rent to you, certain areas won't hire you. So yeah, I lived with felons and I worked with felons and we were all felons. And I think we have that wrong. I just do. I feel like we should be more willing to hire felons. So that job, I got it 2 weeks out of prison, but it only paid like $7.50 an hour. And then I was able to get another job that paid $10 an hour. I actually talked him up to $10 an hour. So I was working 2 jobs. Then I found a more stable job at a company called Landstar. And I was really, really grateful for that. That's where Reese and I met and we fell in love. And that was the only good thing Landstar did for us. No, it was a decent job, especially for someone with my background to, have an office job. Reese is in the chat. Uh-oh, he got somebody. Thanks, babe. I don't know what she said, but love you. You guys, he sent me a video. He just took the girls for ice cream, and Riley got bubblegum ice cream, and Micah's got a little missing tooth because she just lost one of her baby teeth. He's such a good daddy. I'm not on parole anymore, but I do have a 15-year long suspended sentence. I mean, bro. Zombie Kitty said, you help me so much and continue to motivate me every day. Love you and your videos. Can't wait to see what's next from you. Oh, you guys, thank you. A suspended sentence means that I can't commit another felony in the state of Arkansas, or Arkansas can petition to terminate my suspended sentence and send me back to prison for up to 15 years. No one ever gets that. No one ever gets that max 15-year thing. I'll tell you something right now, though. That judge in Fort Smith did not like a New Yorker going to their state and selling methamphetamine. Like, he kind of read me like he was aggressive in my sentencing. And I'm like, bro, I hear you. Like, I'm not going to do this again. Like, I'm really done. I've retired. I swear. Just please send me to prison so that I can get home. Thanks. It was aggressive. Oh, crap. 279 from G-Man. Did I miss a super chat from you? Whatever, you're late. I'm not reading it, bro. Just kidding. I'm too busy twisting up. I'm a mod. I seriously love G-Man. He's so dope. Yeah, let's talk about asking women having babies. And I'm pretty sure that person did not mean that in a hateful way, because it's never meant in a hateful way. But we need to stop asking women when they're having babies. Like, what's going on with my uterus is no one's business. And I think we don't mean it to be rude or shitty, but you never know what's going on in someone's life, whether it's a fertility issue, mental health issues, financial issues. You never know. Maybe they just don't fucking want to. You know what I mean? So, like, don't ask women if they're having more babies. And I feel like people see my family and they're like, oh, you have 2 daughters? Don't you want a son? Don't you want to give Reese a son? You guys should try for a son. And it's like, why is my family somehow incomplete because I have 2 girls? So if you have 1 kid, this is like the series of it. Like, this is my rant. Just hold on 1 second. If you have 1 kid, everyone's like, oh my God, you can't just have 1 kid, because then they're going to be spoiled and rotten and they're not going to learn how to share. But you can teach that kid how to not be rotten and teach the kid how to share. Anyway, you're like, okay, cool, I'll have another kid. Then you have 2, and oh my God, the world stops if it's the same gender. And then everyone's like, you can't have 2 girls, you can't have 2 boys, you have to try for another gender. And it's like, are you buying diapers? Are you going to pay me child support? Are you going to come over at 2:00 in the morning and feed this baby? Like, you know what I mean? Then if you have 3 and they're the same gender, 3 is an odd number, so you got to have 4, and it never stops. It never stops. So let's not ask people when they're getting pregnant or if they want to give their husband, boyfriend, significant other a different gender. Okay? Like, can we just stop asking women what they're doing with their uterus? Okay. End rant. I love you guys. Folks, no person will ever ask a man that, right? It's so funny. I'm not reading that out loud, but I love you. So funny. So what would it take for you to go back to prison? Like, if you got caught speeding, could they send you back for that? No, I have to commit another felony to go back to prison. So misdemeanors are like, we good unless you're on parole, and then it could be like a whole separate issue. But yeah, I'm not on parole. Because of my suspended sentence, I can't commit another felony. So like, I'd have to go like rob a store or like sell a big bag of dope or like something bad. You know what I mean? So a felony would send me back to prison. Oh, I'm sorry you're sick, Sparkle Sunshine. Okay, do you guys have any more questions for me? I'll talk about whatever you want me to talk about. You just let me know. Has that cup been there that whole time? I guess it has, hasn't it? I just like now noticed it because I would have moved it before I sat down. Do you have family plans for a holiday? Hold on, I'll answer that 1 second. Sam said, does a felony send everyone to prison? Not unless you're a first-time offender. You could be on felony probation and not go to prison. Every state is different. Every charge is different. Every person's background is different. So family holiday plans. We are going to Arkansas for Thanksgiving. Reese's dad just got married, so we get to meet her. Everyone's dating someone new, so we get to meet a whole bunch of new people. It's going to be awesome. He's got a huge family, and they're so great. So we're going to hang out with them. His family plays like backyard games. Like, they're literally the cutest Southern family you will ever meet. His uncle, I can't quite understand, but he looks like a freaking cartoon character. Wait till you see him on my Insta story. He's adorable. You're going to die. Like, he's seriously so cute. But yeah, we're just going to have a great time. And I love spending the holidays with his family. I always have. Like, since the first Christmas, like way back, almost 6 years ago. Is it 6? Yeah, 6 years ago this year when Reese and I were ugly. We're getting better with age. Like, we're like fine wine. If you don't believe me, I will put up pictures on my Instagram later. I am a Virgo, Caitlin. I missed a super chat. Okay, Rachel sent me a super chat. I think asked if you had any leftover debt after you got sober. I'm sorry I missed your super chat. It's like completely gone since I'm on my phone. Yeah, I had debt. I have debt, but that's just charged to the game, you know? Everyone in that circle is in prison. A couple of them are in prison for life. They got a life sentence for some stuff. So, yeah, that was charged to the game. So, I'm 30 years old. Hi Han5150. You have been following me since the beginning of this crazy adventure on YouTube. I remember seeing your name when I had like 600 subs. Like I don't even think it was 1,000 subscribers yet. Was it hard for your family to trust you after using S Jones? It's a really good question, Jones. It takes time. So like you're not going to repair a relationship overnight. So for me, even now, once a year I go back to my hometown and I visit my family, and even to this day, with 8 years sober, I'll go to leave, and my dad, I love my dad so much. Like I love him, but he'll be like, "Where are you going? When are you coming back? Who's gonna be there?" And it's like, was that loud? Who's gonna be there? And I'm like, I'm 30. I'm 30 years old. So I remember when this first started happening, it would really bother me because, like, bro, I'm grown. However, I said, "Oh, I'll be right back." And he said, "Okay." And I didn't come back for like 5 years. So maybe that's why he's asking me that. And I've just learned how to be patient with my parents, you know, when they're like, "Where are you going? Who's going to come back? Please be careful." They just care. And I drag them through so much stuff, you guys. So it takes time, and I never get frustrated with it. I always know what's going to happen. And it's funny, like I'll text Reese and I'm like, "It happened. It happened. I was just asked where I was going and when I would be coming back." So, you know, little things like that where you just have to work with them. If you have put your family through as much shit as I have, you need to be patient with them. You need to take it in stride. You need to understand why they're asking you that, even when you're 30 years old. Like, ooh, boy. But yeah, I love my parents, and it just took time. I would write them letters in prison way back in the day, and I'm like, "Oh, I swear I'm going to get my life together," and blah, blah, blah. And my last bid, I just decided not to do that. I know my parents' address. I could have very easily wrote a letter and said, "Hey, I'm in prison in Arkansas." But I didn't, because I just wanted to get out, get my life together, get everything straight, and then reach out to them. And if you've seen the interview I did with my parents, it's got like 60,000 views right now. So pretty sure y'all have seen it, but they kind of talk about it, you know? And the one piece of advice that my dad gave you guys is, if you're a parent and your child is struggling, is to don't deny it. My dad was in denial for years that I even had a problem. You know, he thought it was just normal teenage angst, normal teenage rebellion. Even finding out I had an apartment when I was 16 and finding out all of these things, my dad was still in complete denial. So yeah, just attack it head on, get them help, be there, support them, and have like an open dialogue with your kids. I think that's really important. I feel like that was kind of the long rounded out answer to that, but it takes time. It takes time to rebuild those relationships, just like it takes time to be sober and learn what works for you in sobriety, to learn what triggers you, how to respond to this, how to respond to that. So what works for me in my sobriety might not work for you, and vice versa. There is not one way. There are just ways. There are different ways to go about being sober. G-Man got booted? What does that mean? What are you talking about? He's so funny. Did you get Jasmine Brown? Did you get your tattoos after prison or before? You guys, people always ask me, like, do you regret your tattoos now that you're sober? All of these tattoos came from my sobriety, except for my leg piece that says "Glance upon the suffering you turn your eyes away from," and like some random ones, like the Randy feather. Everything else came in my recovery. So everything you see on my arm. He got kicked out of the chat? By who? No. Please don't kick G-Men out. I age like a banana. Dude, I can't with you. Oh yeah, meet and greet. It's not done yet. I'm still working it out. We are going to do a meet and greet as soon as possible. How does Margie B? How does you and Reese both having PTSD affect your relationship? Well, no one's died yet, so that's a positive. I have to be patient with him, as I'm sure he has to be patient with me. Since Reese is more severe than I am, I have just learned when he's feeling stressed or what things maybe we shouldn't do. It's going really good though. He's doing so much better than he used to. And yeah, I think that just comes with time, like learning what triggers him, learning when he's feeling stressed or how I can help, and yeah, but he's doing really good. So our relationship is a lot better. His PTSD is still there. It's always going to be there, but he's doing really good right now. So we just learned what works for us and how I can help him. Chronically K said, would your parents have preferred you telling them where you were, even though it was prison? So, no. I hadn't talked to them for a minute before I got arrested. Let's see. Let me think. I hadn't talked to my stepmom since I was kicked out at 18. Well, that was kind of mutual. She took my door off the hinges, and I'm like, peace, I'm out. And I will tell you guys more about that when I'm ready and what happened after that. I knew coming around in my addiction wasn't in their best interest, and I didn't want to tell them I was going to do something. I wanted to show them because I had always said I was going to get better before. I always said everything was going to be okay before, but I'm the kind of person that's like, don't tell me what you're going to do. Show me what you're going to do. Don't talk about that shit, man. Go do that and then show me. So I just wanted to approach it that way since I had tried to approach it a different way before. I wouldn't even tell people what I was doing in prison. Everyone's like, oh, what are you going to do when you get out? Where are you going to go? I'll figure it out. I don't know. I would always tell people like, I don't know. I always kept my goals and what I was doing on the low. And then I just let people be amazed by me later. I'm just kidding. But really, though, I kept my goals to myself and I hustled in silence and I worked hard and it happened. I never talked about what I was going to do. Zombie Kitty, did you ever find your mugshot? Girl, I will be in Fort Smith. I'm just going to go to the jail and ask them. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. Faith said, is there any way to help PTSD? Any tips? Actually, G-Man has an amazing and very underrated channel. He has PTSD and he talks a lot about what has helped him. Reese and I will make videos in the future on how we have gone about helping each other with PTSD. Derek Lambert, how's it going, bro? Oh, Lord, what? Do you remember, mention it, what age you started using H? I started using alcohol, 12, almost 13. So it went alcohol, weed, pills, even though I feel like it's unfair to throw weed in there, but that was just my journey. Pills, and I was using pills as often as I could, as much as I could get them at that age. I did have older friends. I did steal, upcoming story coming up, but I did steal some stuff from a small dealer in upstate New York, and I got jumped because of that. Never stolen anything. I've never stolen anything since, but I will share that story on my channel whenever I get time to film it. It's a crazy one. And I would just get whatever I could. So when I took heroin for the first time, I think I was somewhere around the age of 15, 16. And I shot it for the first time at 18. And I mean, it wasn't I'm just partying. It's once I used the needle for the first time, it was no longer fun and games for me. Not that it was before, but my addiction took a different kind of hold, and I didn't have a choice after that. And I just got really, really bad. I would put anything in a rig that would go in a rig, and I was so sick, you guys. I can't even put it into words how sick I was. And yeah, that's why I'm always telling you guys, if I got sober, anyone can get sober. I was sick. And so, yeah, I don't even know like how to answer that question or how to keep going with this conversation, because it makes me uncomfortable, but it also, I'm so foggy. Like, it's so hard to remember all the things that I went through and how bad I really was. I have to take other people's word for it or pictures, because I was in a complete fog. There have been times where someone's like, oh, do you remember this? No. Jessica, you were there for 3 days. You don't remember? And I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about. One time we went on vacation and it was like the baddest week ever. We had so much fun. And I'm like, no clue, you guys. So there are just blocks of time missing from my life. And I'm very happy that on Wednesday, we're finally going to be covering up the last of my scars on my arm. So yeah, if I can get sober, anyone can get sober. Do you think the prison system needs reform? Boy, yes. Or girl. One thing that I wish I could change about the prison system is I wish we started focusing on reentry from intake, not a 1 month class on reentry on how to pay a bill. Why don't we start taking people and allocate funds to do job training and job placement outside of prison? We really just have prison wrong. We're shuffling people into prison. They leave prison with a mark on their record. No one will rent to them. No one will hire to them. So why don't we help them find a purpose, help them find a job, train them how to do the job, and give them a good start, a fresh start? We're pushed out into society, and the parole board is like, you have to pay your parole fines, you have to report at this time, you have to do this, you can't do that, you can't do this, and it's stressful. And over half of all incarcerated people are drug addicts. They're in on a nonviolent drug crime or drug offense. And when you put all of that pressure and all of those barriers and obstacles in an addict's life, I know me, I'm at peace. I can't pay you this way and work $7 an hour and pay this and pay that. Like, I'm done. Peace. Catch me if you can. That was my mentality for so long. So I feel like we just need to stop doing that, because people are only going to fight if they feel like there's a reason to. You know what I mean? I'm saying that from personal experience. I fought for my freedom and I fought for sobriety because there was a reason. My daughter, that was my goal. Before, I didn't have a goal. Before, I would wait for a re-up the day I got out. Like, I had everything set up before I left prison. So I needed something other than myself, something to look forward to, something to get out of bed in the morning, something to work towards. And I feel like if we start doing that and helping people figure out what that is, then our entire system is going to change. Emily, I have been drug-free for 8 years. October 20th, 2011 is my sober day. I think I was an addict. I think I was born an addict. I have a genetic predisposition for it. I just didn't know it was there until I fed it at 12 or 13. April, do you ever feel tempted to use? I feel like it's a much different thing now that I have almost 8 years. Early on, I did. I'd feel stressed and I'd feel triggered and I wouldn't know how to respond to it correctly, and I would want to use. That desire was still there. It's taken me a lot of time. Now my biggest trigger is depression and money. That sounds so crazy, right? I can't keep cash in my house. I don't like to look at cash. I don't like to handle cash. I associate cash with drugs. I also associate new car smell with drugs. And that sounds completely fucking insane, right? Like, new car smell. So random. My connect, always had a new car, and I'd always get in his new car, and I just hated how it smelled, and that's relation memory. So when we smell something, it takes us back to that time. So yeah, I guess I can't ever buy a new car. Thanks a lot. But yeah, so it's a process. Definitely is. Learning how to respond to things and having a good support system is also crucial. So when I am feeling overwhelmed, I will tell Reese, I need to go to bed, or I just need to lock myself in the room, light a candle, read a book, relax, turn off my phone. Maybe I need a me day. Maybe I just need to go out and get my nails done. Maybe I just need a break. And most of the time, that break is sleep for me. I wake up very early. I stay up late. I work really hard on school, on YouTube, and the kids. So I'm always going. And sometimes I just have to turn off my phone and disconnect and just relax, And I find a lot of peace in that. That has helped me. A lot of people feel triggered and go to meetings. I know that has a value for a lot of people. So you just have to figure out what works for you. We're all different. How do prisons deal with mental health? Oh, Lord. Sorry. I'm still sick because I haven't eaten a vegetable in like 9 years. Unless it's been attached to a cheeseburger, it hasn't entered my body. I'm aware of how bad that is. I'm working on it. Mental health in prison is kind of a joke. So anything a doctor would say in the street on how to handle a severe mental illness, the prison's like, whoa, nope. You can't do that because safety. If you're prescribed a narcotic, you can't have it because safety. So mental health in my experience was if you have a problem with self-harm, they would give you a rubber band and you could snap the rubber band. If a correction officer did not take it away from you, yeah, I've seen that. Or they'd tell you to write in a journal. They would prescribe you certain medications. But if you're like severely mentally ill, like can't be in GP mentally ill, then you're kept in segregation. If you're a danger to yourself or others, they will keep you in segregation. They do everything under the umbrella of safety, and your rights don't matter. And I know when I'm talking about prison, they're like, of course not. You're in prison. Like you have no rights because you're in prison. We're still human beings at the end of the day. So you do still have rights in prison. You are still a human. So yeah, it's important to treat people correctly. And prisons aren't doing that because safety. I don't know if that answers that, but there's a lot of different scenarios where inmates can't get what they need. $2 from Kaylee. How do you cope with using dreams or triggers? I haven't had a dream about using in a long time. But triggers, I just know my triggers and I try to avoid them. It has taken me a little bit to understand what that is. Like I just said, money is a big trigger for me. My depression is a trigger. I reach out to Reese. I have a support system and I ask for help. This is a good one. I don't feel like I talk about this ever. Hold on, let me, G-Man, 279 from G-Man. Remember I contacted your old CO for the mugshot? Yeah, what did he say? He was kind of a dick, right? He was kind of shitty to you. How do racial groups segregate in prison? Do different races get treated differently than others? Okay, so every facility is different. Every state is different. Male prisons and female prisons are different. So what I'm saying was my personal experience as a female in the New York Department of Corrections and the Arkansas Department of Corrections. So if you had a different experience, like, cool, it's okay. This was just mine. We weren't as segregated, like we didn't segregate ourselves as often. However, you will find pockets where one race wants to stay with their own race. In my personal experience, it wasn't that way. So it was okay for me to hang out with someone that was a different race than me. That was completely fine. There wouldn't be like any like stabbings or craziness if you hang out with someone of a different race than you. But I will say that it does happen in a female prison. It's just not as prominent like in a California prison if you're a man, So Yeah, everyone's different. I did not segregate myself. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that answers that, but every prison's different. Every state is different. Female versus male is different. Samantha said, are you completely sober from alcohol and everything? I feel like addicts on this platform have to say, or they feel like they have to say, what they do in their own recovery. And it's my personal experience. I could answer that, but I'm just going to kind of take a stand here and just say, like, it's okay if your path is different. And I know a lot of people in the recovery community that are on medically assisted treatment feel like they have to defend that, or they feel like they have to share that side of it. And while I think that has amazing value to those on it, it's okay. Like, it's okay if you're in sobriety and you can have a glass of wine every 6 months. It's okay if you're on medically assisted treatment. It's okay if you smoke weed. It's okay. Like, every person is different. As long as your life is getting better and you are working towards creating a new, happy life, in my opinion, you are sober. You know what I mean? So I feel like a lot of addicts get that question a lot, right? Like, are you completely sober, Jessica? Like, your whole life completely? And it's really no one else's business, right? If I'm healthy and thriving and doing better, that's sober. But yeah, did that answer that? I don't know. I'm going to watch this later and be like, why would you say that like that? I don't know. But do you know what I mean? I feel like it's no one's business. And I get a lot of subscribers that ask me, like, I don't feel comfortable going to meetings because people say that I'm not clean because I'm on medically assisted treatment. This is just my personal opinion. You are allowed to think differently. Why tell them? You know, I do know the shame around it, and I understand the judgment that people put on you. If you're in a meeting and you see someone on medically assisted treatment and you have a shitty opinion about that, you need to keep that to yourself. It is none of your business. It is none of your business what that person's doing to get better or get healthy or save their own life. And I hate that shame surrounds it. You know, I can't stand that, because there are so many people out there that have been saved from certain things, whether it's weed, whether it's medically assisted treatment, whether it's meetings, whether it's complete abstinence. Their journey is their journey to it. Okay, I'm going to stop rambling about this now. $25 from Johnny. I hope your positive journey will continue to grow into the next decade. Oh, thank you so much. That's so sweet. Johnny B with the big 2-5. What would happen if you were a type 1 diabetic with injections and hospital appointments? You don't go to hospital appointments. You go to the infirmary and they give you your insulin. Like, if you're a diabetic, you will get insulin in prison or you'll die. So, like, they have to. But yeah, yep. I think you'll actually get different food, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I think you'll get a different tray if you're diabetic. You have to prove you're diabetic, and that also takes time when you're first in intake. Micah is going to meet her biological dad when we go to Arkansas. Yeah, caffeine's a drug. Caffeine's a drug, and let me tell you, it's the best one out there. I am, like, literally a coffee fiend. Like, I would bathe in coffee. My birthstone is a coffee bean. $1.99 from Ray. Okay, we're going to get off of here in like 2 minutes, you guys. Love you, Jess, and watching since the beginning. Thank you. She is not a vegan. I'm not a vegan. Only because I'm lazy. I have so much respect for vegans, because holy shit, that's tough. That is tough. And you have amazing discipline, none of which I have. So, Shay, I do feel like addiction is genetic. So addiction is 50% genetic, and I do have a predisposition for it. I wish I was as lucky as Jess to have the support she does. Candy, I found an amazing man, but I didn't always have that amazing man. When I first got out, it was just me. All throughout my prison sentence, it was just me. I had to believe in myself, and I had to pull myself out of that darkness, and then you are what you attract. And then I found a man trying to do the same. So if you work hard and you get yourself right and you're okay with yourself and you're your own cheerleader first, you'll find the right people. I promise you. I wish I could read all of these comments. I'm really sorry that I can't. Any advice on dealing with stress? My stress levels are in an unhealthy place. I don't know what you're going through or what kind of stress that is, but try to disconnect for a little while. You know what I mean? Like for me, a lot of things pile up on my plate all at once, and I just have to just say, I'm not going to do any of this for a little while. Just for a little while, even if it's just an hour, take a bubble bath, turn off your phone, light a candle, and just relax. That's what works for me. I don't know if that's going to work for you. I don't know what you're going through. Can you repost your house tour? Yeah, I have to edit it in a different way. My editing software completely messed up my townhouse tour. So also I'm dumb. Yeah, I do believe we can have an addictive personality. Thank you so much for the $2, Sam. Have you got in touch with your parents' rights after you left prison? Did they know when you were being released? What? Do I have my parental rights? So I went to court for my daughter, and I was fighting that DHS case for a solid year. Yeah, so I do have sole legal custody. I have my parental rights. As far as legally, baby daddy has no legal rights to her at all. He would have to go to court and pay child support and fight for his rights. A judge did tell me when she was giving me my rights that he would have to go through everything I went through, parenting classes, hair follicle tests, and all of that. He's also not on the birth certificate, even though paternity was established. They kind of make you do that when you're in prison and going through what I went through. So technically, legally, I am not obligated to do a single thing. However, I'm not that person. And as long as you're doing good, I feel like two grown adults can come to an agreement about said child and they can work through it. Not always. I know there's tons of different situations. However, I am more than willing to work with him and be patient with him and support him and encourage him as long as he's doing something positive and as long as my child wants to communicate, then we are going to make that happen. But yeah, legally, I'm not bound to do anything, if that makes sense. Why do I imagine Jess trying to relax and her little girl's not letting her? Y'all, you don't even know. Those kids will run past their sleeping father on the couch and bang on the shower door and make me open a juice box for them. Like, in the shower. Or when I'm on the toilet. I'm sorry, but it's just true. Those tattoos, didn't see that coming. I got so many. Are you new? Welcome. What's up? So funny. Oh, I got stories for days, y'all. Don't you worry. I got stories for days. I didn't see those tattoos coming. We got so much more to come, too. On Wednesday, it's very hard to show my arms. I'm getting all of that done on Wednesday. I'm like a kid in a candy store. I'm so freaking excited. G-Man, by the time you come visit me and we do this meet and greet, there's not going to be any skin left for you to tattoo. How did your family react when you got let out of prison? What is your relationship like them? I actually answered that, and if you kind of watch the beginning of the live stream, I did answer that. Also, I interviewed my parents, so it's on my channel somewhere. Oh my gosh, she sent me more money. Johnny P sent me another 20 piece. Look at this little thing. Like, dude, I love that little pair. I'm like 4 years old. That's so cute. Thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate it. I live in Chicago. Which iPhone do you have? Boy, girl, bro, this is not an iPhone. This is a Galaxy Note 10. I'm offended. Just kidding. Also death to iPhones. Guys, only delete messages that are harmful to me. Do you believe someone can be addicted to weed? I do. If your life is in a negative place because of it, you can, but there's a lot of scientific research on it, long-term heavy usage. So I'm a psychology major in my 4th year. I study substances and how they affect the brain, and you can be chronically addicted to weed. Have I seen? No, I've seen it. I know some people that can't live a healthy lifestyle with it, and it's a nonstop thing. So yes, I know people are going to say you cannot get addicted to weed. There are scientific studies and research on it. Again, I'm a psychology major in my 4th year. I study substance abuse. I study how it affects your brain. It can happen, but everyone is different. So if you are chronically smoking weed day in and day out, there are negative effects once you stop. So, but I would, I don't know. But not bad withdrawals. Yeah, it's not like a heroin withdrawal. You're going to be moody and shitty and cranky, and like it affects you, but it's not something that I would be concerned about. And that's just me. I would not be concerned. Before you were a dealer, what did you want to do with your life? Leah. Leah, I wish I had a better answer for you. I wish I could say, oh, I wanted to be a nuclear physicist. I wish I wanted to be this. I wanted to be that. I never wanted to be shit else. And that sounds insane. I didn't have a vision for how my life would go outside of selling drugs. I thought I would maybe run a backdoor card game and be a dealer, and that would be the most successful I would ever be. I even believed in my own psychosis of addiction and craziness that I was so much better than I was. I don't know if that was like my ego or the drugs or what was going on, but I felt like I would die very young and I would be mourned and missed, and it would be like, I don't even know, like it would just be like this horrible passing like of this icon or something. Like the reality of it is life would have moved on. No one would have known who I was or remembered me because I hadn't done shit besides sell dope and guns and use drugs. But addiction lies to us. It's the only disease that tells you don't have a disease. So it was very difficult to get out of that life. And it was hard to figure out who I was outside of that world. Because if I'm not this, who am I? What am I if I'm not this? If I don't have this? If I'm not a dealer? If I'm not that person, what am I? That took time. It took time for me to even be comfortable in my own skin because I was not comfortable. It even took time for me to be comfortable alone in public. And I know that sounds insane, but I always had people around me, and that was necessary because I was a 90-pound dealer. I always had my guys with me, and I was not comfortable in public without them for many reasons. But yeah, I just thought it was so clever. I was so clever that I would go to these different places and bring dope back to me, or bring dope back to my hometown and sell it for extreme markups. I was undetected. I was never stopped in different areas for picking things up because I don't fit the mold or look like that person. And that is exactly why I got away with it for so long. That's why cops never intercepted a re-up. Thank God. But yeah, I would walk around. I remember specifically one time with a backpack of dope in Port Authority, Manhattan, catching a bus to go back upstate. I remember walking by cops and not having a single care in the world. Most people in that situation would be nervous. I gave 0 fucks, not even one. I knew they weren't going to stop me. And even if they tried to stop me, What is the reason? You have to have probable cause to stop me. I was completely okay with walking by cops with $20,000, $30,000 of heroin in my backpack, knowing they're not going to do shit, knowing they're not going to stop me. It was like a normal thing. It was completely normal for me. So that was a long drawn out answer for no, I never saw myself doing anything else. That's all I ever wanted to do. Ashley said, I love watching your videos so much. I literally tell my boyfriend, shut the fuck up if he interrupts me watching your videos. I'm sorry, Ashley's boyfriend. That's awesome. I'm trying not to cough in your ear, but I am sick because I haven't eaten a vegetable unless it was attached to a cheeseburger in 9 years. Did you gain weight when you got clean? No. Well, yes. Why do I always answer like that? I'm like, no, yes, maybe. And then I have to think about it because I was in such a fog. Yes. So my last arrest, I was down to like 90 pounds. I wouldn't let intake weigh me, and I lied about my weight, and the nurse couldn't get my weight, and I was a little violent, a little bit. But yeah, I'm 120 now, and I am so healthy. I would even like to be 10 pounds heavier. I know no one says that ever, but it's like literally impossible for me to gain weight. My babies are with daddy. He's feeding them ice cream and crab and spoiling them and having a good time. Margie, I do have old pics. Why don't y'all tell me about this hair? I do have old pics posted on my community tab here on YouTube. It seems healthy enough. I'm not even concerned. No, I eat vegetables sometimes. Like I said, there was a tomato on that cheeseburger that I had earlier, so. Were you afraid to die? No, I wasn't afraid to die. I thought I was going to die. I was accepting of it. And that's the drugs talking. I was completely fine with it. Now it's like, oh my, I can't imagine not being here for my babies. But back then, I was completely fine with it. Like, again, I thought it would be this great passing of this great person. Well, it's like, girl, no one knows who you are. So yeah, I was very delusional back then. Yeah, I'm very honest with my kids. Okay, last question. I was never on Suboxone. I took it in the street, not the right way, and I actually didn't like taking it. And this was way back in the day, you guys. Way back in the day when you'd get those stop sign pills that tasted like TV static and orange flavored something, like disgusting. So yeah, I was never doctor prescribed it. I didn't do it the right way. I only kept it in between re-ups, and I even then would rather go through withdrawal than take it because I was dumb. But I was never on medically assisted treatment in the right way through a doctor. I did try to get into a methadone program, again, long time ago. And if you were like 5 seconds late, they wouldn't let you go. And I just gave up. I just gave up trying to go through the methadone program. But this was a very long time ago, like I said. So programs are getting better. And yeah, it's just not like what it used to be. So I can't do a video about my brother. I don't want to hurt him. Also, he doesn't tell me much, so it wouldn't be a very good video, you know, and I don't want to like expose him or put all his business out there. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna get off of here. I actually have to Skype with Jonathan from Prison Life Inside and Out. He's gonna share some crazy stories with you guys next week. And I actually went over like 15 minutes. So I know that he's waiting for me. And I know this video that I'm about to film with him is going to be so fire. So my upload schedule is Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I will see you guys next week. Have a really good weekend. Thank you guys so much for joining in and participating and hanging out with me for a little bit. Thank you for the super chats. I love you guys so, so, so much. Stay safe, stay sober. Do not break the law, because then I'll have to write you in the joint. You know what I'm saying? Have a really good day, you guys. Bye. Let's see if I can remember how to end the live stream. Bye, guys.